All right, you guys, welcome back to the channel. We're gonna do part two of the unraveling the Jordan Pippen friendship feud. So far, it's really interesting. If you haven't seen part one, I highly suggest go back and watch part one. And let's continue it. Here we go.
Just ask Scott Burrell, who Jordan famously picked on in the Last Dance documentary, or current Golden State Warriors coach Steve Kerr, who Jordan once punched in the face when they were teammates on the Bulls.
Yet they have nothing but respectful things to say about Michael Jordan. Both of them.
Bulls coach Phil Jackson once said that Jordan was a leader who screamed at the guys to help them act right on the court. And after Jordan screamed, Pippen would pat them on the backs and tell them they were doing an excellent job.
Good cop, bad cop. It was a good duo.
This was basically the good cop, bad cop routine,
Yes,
and
sir.
it worked to perfection. This is yet another reason why the Jordan-Pippen duel might be just the best duo in NBA history.
Yeah.
Jordan screens weren't just reserved for
Yeah, you didn't get that good cop, bad cop shit going on with the Lakers. The Kobe Shaq Lakers. It wasn't. The two of them are fighting. It was a power struggle.
players like Scott Burrell or Steve Kerr. No, even Jordan's right-hand man, Scottie Pippen, wasn't safe from Jordan's verbal attacks. In Roland Lazenby's book, Michael Jordan, The Life, Lazenby wrote about a time when Pippen was a rookie and he missed practice once because his beloved cat had passed away. Once Jordan got wind of why Pippen wasn't at practice, this set him off. Jordan ended up threatening Pippen by saying that he was going to kick his ass for missing practice.
I didn't
In
know
the
about
end,
that.
Jordan did not fight with Pippen, but this is one example of where Pippen wasn't free from Jordan's verbal abuse.
I mean, we don't know how that really came off. It could have been like, man, get your ass to practice or I'm going to whoop your ass. We don't really know. I'm not gonna, I'm not going to say I know the truth, but I'm assuming it's that. But also, Jordan was pretty damn crazy about winning, so maybe he was like, "I'm gonna." Maybe he was serious. Maybe he was actually serious.
There have been other incidents as well, like in Game 1 of the 1998 NBA Finals against the Utah Jazz. Toward the end of the fourth quarter, Pippen missed Jordan for a pass in the post and eventually shot and made a three-pointer. Even with the made bucket by Pippen, Jordan screamed at Pippen in the huddle as Jordan made his last few shots and had a rhythm going and felt like he should have had the ball in his hands at that moment. And finally, former Bulls guard Craig Hodges once recounted a time in practice when Jordan went at Pippen, who was one of the best defenders in league history, so hard that Pippen had to tell Jordan to slow up. I can remember this time in, I think, 1990.
Straight up, Craig Hodges. I've kept up with him over the last couple of years, and he's become a total hater. Not just of Jordan. He hates everybody.
When Scottie decided to challenge Michael one day in practice, Hodges said, Michael kind of backed up for a half second. Then he proceeded, literally, to score on Scottie at will. It was incredible. I mean, Scottie Pippen even then was one of the best players in the league, and Michael just rained points on him. Scottie had to step back and say, slow up, man. Despite Jordan's sometimes hard attitude,
Hey, man. I mean, that was the competitive edge. He had to show him. There was a celebrity game, a charity game Scottie Pippen held while Jordan was retired, and he asked Jordan to come in because it's a charity game, so they made a lot more money for the cause for Jordan coming back. It was a big deal for Jordan to come back. No one's seen him play basketball for like about a year at this point, and Pippen stacked the teams. So it was Pippen's team versus Jordan's team, and Pippen's team was so much better than Jordan's. Jordan took that personally, like he always says, but it was the truth. He took that shit personally, and then he lit up Scottie Pippen. Like he lit him up. He was playing like it was Game 7 of the NBA Finals, and it's you know that's just who Jordan was.
there was never any evidence back in their playing days that the two didn't get along. It was quite the opposite. This is why the Pippen-Jordan feud is one that hurts every 90s kid's hearts. We grew up
Yeah,
seeing
it
these
does.
two players.
That's why I ramble so much about this. It really affects me in a weird way because I thought these guys were that duo, the dynamic duo, that they really understood their roles. I thought Pippen understood his role. I'll be real. Okay. I'm a younger brother, and me and my brother used to play basketball all the time. I resonated towards Scottie Pippen. I knew my role on a basketball court. All right. Big brother, little brother. Same here. You know, one was the mentor, one's the student. One's older, one's younger. Like, it doesn't take much here. But it turns out Scottie Pippen was fucking bitter the whole time, you know?
Performed graciously on the basketball court together, and we all assumed Jordan and Pippen were the best of friends. This is something Pippen has also touched on, explaining plenty of times in interviews that he and Jordan were never close friends off the court. The thing about Pippen and Jordan's relationship is that it wasn't always this way. In fact, Pippen had stated plenty of times in the past that he and Jordan were close and that he appreciated his relationship with Jordan. The perfect example of this occurred in 2010 when Pippen was inducted into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. Pippen chose Jordan to introduce him into the Hall of Fame, and that's not all.
Yeah.
He also gave a heartwarming speech to Jordan, showing how much MJ means to him. What an
I know. And then very shortly after that comes the stupid last dance thing, and then Scottie Pippen just all hate.
honor it is for me as a basketball player to have the all-time great presenting me here tonight.
Now he says Jordan is a terrible player. Like, this shit's documented.
It was all so valuable to me as a player to see someone who had the same desire, determination, passion, and love for the game. Who knew that number 23 would be here 23 years later, presenting me into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame? Pippen would continue to add more praise to his former teammate in his Hall of Fame speech. MJ, you have touched so many people's lives, but none like mine. Thank you for being the best teammate. I will always cherish that experience, and I will cherish our relationship forever.
All right, so the contradiction. He's probably going to get to it later, but the fact, I mean, they touched on it in part one, but so he says, let's actually let's get right to the core. Um, okay,
Thank you for being the best.
there, right there. Thank you for being the best teammate. And what does Scottie Pippen say now? He was a horrible player. He was horrible to play with. Terrible teammate. Okay, it's all emotional. It's all emotional shit. This was the truth. You know, this was when he wasn't bitter. He wasn't so bitter. Now that he's bitter, he's changed the whole thing. But dude, it's all documented. We saw the Hall of Fame speech. Like, it's there, it's recorded. We can watch it anytime. You know? Comment below. Have you seen that Hall of Fame speech? It's it's full of praise of Michael Jordan.
Teammate. I will always cherish that experience, and I will cherish our relationship forever.
Yeah.
Now,
Apparently not.
this doesn't sound like someone who hated their teammate and believed their co-star was a selfish player who only played for himself. This sounds like Pippen understood that without Jordan next to him, he would not have become the player he became and would not have been a six-time NBA champion.
Y'all remember that video when Jordan was retired of Scottie lifting up? He was wearing Jordans during the game, and he saw the camera on him, so he put the Jordans right up the camera, and he pointed at him, and then he did the wave back, like the finger call back to Jordan, like, come back, come back. If you hated him so much, and if you can win without him, why'd you need him to come back, man? What the hell is that?
Pippen wasn't the only one to praise his former running mate during his Hall of Fame speech. The year prior, in 2009, Jordan was inducted into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame.
Oh,
Now, Jordan
yeah.
did not pick Pippen as a person to introduce him. No. MJ selected former NBA star David Thompson as his inductee. Thompson was Jordan's basketball idol as a child. While most kids in the 90s wanted to be like Mike, a young Jordan wanted to be like Thompson. Still, Jordan didn't forget his teammate who was beside
Nope.
him for all 6 of the NBA championships he won.
Right off the
In
bat.
all the videos, you never just saw me. You saw
Saw
Scottie
Scottie
Pippen.
Pippen.
Every championship I won, Jordan explained.
That's what I was talking about in part one, right there.
Pippen and Jordan would share the Hall of Fame floor one more time together in 2011 when the greatest team ever assembled,
Oh,
the
yeah.
1992 United States men's Olympic basketball team, known as the Dream Team.
Yo, you guys remember that series? Or I'm sorry, the 92 Olympics? Jordan was the showcase, and then after that was Magic and Bird. The MVP of that was freaking Charles Barkley, man. That guy he went psycho during the Olympics in 92. Like he was balling all out.
Team was selected to the Hall of Fame. Neither Pippen nor Jordan spoke when the Dream Team was inducted, but unlike former teammates on the Utah Jazz, John Stockton and Karl Malone, who stood next to each other on the stage, Pippen and Jordan stood apart. Did the Jordan and Pippen beef start in 2011? It's hard to say for sure, but we know their relationship was good in 2005 when the Chicago...
That's interesting. And side bit, Karl Malone, if you know about him, raise your glasses with me and say, fuck off. Fuck off. One of the greatest to ever played a game. Top 5 power forwards of all time. What a dick.
Chicago Bulls retired Pippen's jersey number. First, Jordan spoke about Pippen and what he said was nothing but love. When we went into battle, I knew I had someone to watch my back, Jordan said. Scottie Pippen, he's my guy. I love him like a brother. He pushed me to be the best basketball player every day in practice.
Yeah. He had one of the Jordan, that's what I was saying. Jordan had one of the greatest defenders of all time, Scottie Pippen, guarding him every day in practice. And in turn, Scottie Pippen had the probably the greatest guard defender of all time guarding his ass. Like they pushed each other.
And I pushed him to be the best Scottie Pippen he could be.
Yes, sir.
He is truly deserving of his number hanging in the rafters, and even more. I'm very proud of Scottie Pippen and his wife and his kids. I wish him the best. If you ever need as a back, for you, brother. I appreciate it.
Pippen also spoke, saying that he joined the greatest player to ever play the game in Jordan. And he said, to be alongside him means so much to me. Pippen and Jordan also shared a touching moment together in 2017 at Jordan's famous flight school basketball camp. Jordan was there with his campers, and he surprised them by bringing Pippen out.
Oh,
Jordan
damn.
and Pippen went on to compete against each other in a shoot-around game with campers as their teammates.
No way.
The winner of the game would earn their camper a pair of free sneakers.
Dude, he did this with Chris Paul too. I didn't know he did this with Pip. I got to find that footage.
Pippen and Jordan were all smiles as they were together on a basketball court for the first time in over 15 years. It was a great thing to see as fans of these players, and it brought back another memory of when Pippen invited Jordan to play at his Pippen All-Star
I was talking about this. Let's see.
Classic. Back in the summer of 1994,
By the way, I have gone back and rewatched this whole game. Highly suggest it. It's insane to see Jordan in retirement an ass like this.
when Jordan was retired and playing baseball, the Bulls were getting ready to open their new arena, the famous United Center. Before the Bulls played in the United Center, they played in the old Chicago Stadium.
That's right. I totally forgot. I forgot what this game signified. It was the final game ever played in the old arena,
which was built in 1929 and known as the Madhouse on Madison. The reason for this nickname is because of how loud the crowds would get in Chicago Stadium. It wasn't just the crowds, it was the actual building. Chicago Stadium was built in a way that the crowds cheering bounced off the walls and ceilings. Chicago Stadium also had a 3,663 pipe baton organ that made the arena even louder, which helped to inspire the Bulls players, especially Michael Jordan. In fact, when Jordan returned to the NBA after his stint in baseball, he didn't like the United Center because, despite being a newer, more modern stadium, the fans' cheers don't bounce off the walls in the same way as they did in the old Chicago Stadium. I want to play as many games away from the United Center as possible, Jordan said in an interview during his return to basketball in 1995. It's going to take me another year to really get comfortable in that place. You can't blame Jordan for feeling this way. When he last
I mean, look at this guy. This guy's retired and pulling this crap off.
played in the NBA, he played in Chicago Stadium, where the Bulls took advantage of this home court advantage, winning 38 of their last 44 games in Chicago Stadium. So when Pippen held his Pippen All-Star Classic in 1994, it was going to be the last basketball game held at Chicago Stadium. You'd think Jordan would jump all over the opportunity to play one last time in Chicago Stadium.
Hold up. All right, this is perfect timing because I keep rambling so long. These videos are getting so long. We got 9 minutes left in this video, so I'm going to cut it here for part two, and we're going to come right back the next day for part three. Yeah, we're going to take off right here for part three. So thanks for watching, you guys. This is cool that he's covering this. I love this. I love this. This is a fantastic video. Shoot some love over to Old School B-Ball. Cool channel, man. Cool channel. Glad I'm subscribed. Looking forward to more. Send them some love. Let's get some conversations in the comments. Do you guys remember this game? Have you watched this game? Should I do a reaction to this game? You know, would be pretty fun. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you like to comment, then I'll see you on part three. All right. Peace.